Oh, hey everybody. We're snowed in here along with half of the country, so I'm back to making videos for my students. One of the big hurdles it seems that comes about with learning how to play a banjo is everybody wants to play the old Jed Clampett tune, and they say, I can't make it sound right, or I can't hear it, or there's a lot to remember. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach the three different levels that I usually have my students go through. And what we're going to do is we're going to start incorporating more and more of how it sounded off the record, or how Earl played it, as you want to say. Okay, so we're going to start off with just not necessarily watering it down. We're not dumbing it down. We're just going to play a couple things a couple different ways to make it a lot easier. That way you can at least hear it in your ear, and you can get some speed behind your fingers, and you can feel a little more confident. Okay, so first off, we're going to go through a little bit of my own lingo that I have in my head. Okay, so you're going to need a couple tools. We're going to need pickup notes. Okay, so which is just open 2-4 on the fourth, all with your thumb. Okay, you're also going to need pinches. Now, with the way I call a pinch, it's going to be a note, usually with the third string, and then you're going to pinch on the outside with your middle and your thumb. Okay, so when I say pinch, I usually mean note pinch. And that's just because they're quarter notes, they end up being a half measure. You pair two of them together, and that helps fill in everything timing wise. Okay, also we're going to need a slide, and that's just the basic Earl slide, which is the 2-4 on the third, and we're going to play the alternating thumb roll, or a square roll, or a box roll, or a double thumb roll, or however you want to call it. Okay, so it's just 3-2-5-1. So that'd be thumb, index, thumb, middle, right? Incorporate the slide, just like out of the Bible. Okay, and then we're going to play what I call open. So you're going to play the same thing, 3-2-5-1, right? We're also going to need another tool, which is going to be the A minor. Okay, and what I teach my kiddos is that you're going to have a squished C down on here on the third. So you just take your C major, drop it down here, and you have an A minor. Okay, and we're going to play a forward backward over the A minor. Okay, next tool we're going to need is out of a D chord, and this is where we're going to start derivating a little bit. So we're going to play a partial D with, instead of a D7 down here 2-1 on the third and second, we're going to play it up here as a partial full D chord. Okay, we're going to worry about this later. You're going to have your first finger on the second fret and your middle finger on the third fret. So it's set up like the hammer that you might have learned a couple bit ago, but instead it's just partial D. Okay, so you can still play this as a D because you still have two open D strings. That's a D5, I guess, or a power D. And what we're going to do is we're going to play thumb, pinch, and then we're going to play an alternating thumb roll. So 3-2-5-1. Okay, so we're going to play thumb, pinch, and then just do it again. 1, 2. Okay, we're going to have 3 sets of those. So 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do the same thing except in G. So take your hand off. We're going to play thumb on the fourth, pinch, and an alternating thumb roll again. And then you play one more. Okay, so 1. Okay. After that, you're pretty well set for all the tools for this tune, except we're just going to play the ending lick that everybody likes with the walk up on the C. Okay, so personally, I like to play it with the thumb down on the second string for your single note. There's your C note, and we're going to change it up a little bit, and instead of playing a backward roll, we're going to play a forward roll instead. Okay, this is just to get your hands moving. We're going to fill it out later in future lessons. Okay, so thumb, and then we're going to play 2-4 rolls, 5th, 2nd, 1st. Okay, so thumb, 1. Okay, take your whole structure down here on your hand and just slide it up 1 fret to a C sharp, and repeat the same thing. So you want your thumb note, 2 2 forward rolls. Okay, and then do it again. We're going to roll up here and we're going to play thumb, except we're going to play 4 to round it out. Okay, so we're going to play thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, last thing you need is what in my head I call a hitch, and it's probably, I was talking to a student last week, and I think it's because of all the knots that I do with my fish, and I probably call it a hitch because that's kind of how it feels in my hand for some reason. I don't know. I got weird words for everything. And all we're going to do is we're going to play the classic Scruggs. Instead of the pinch, we're going to play individual notes. Okay, so we're going to play 5th, middle. So it'll be thumb, middle, 5th, first. And all that does is just replaces 2/8 for that pinch quarter, is all it does. Okay? And then all you have to do to round out the tune is play your same pickup notes. And then you're back to pinches again. Okay? So from start to finish, here's how we're going to memorize it. Okay? You're going to have pickup notes, 2 pinches, slide, open, forward, backward over the A minor, and now the tricky part comes in. You're going to play a partial D chord, and we're going to play 3 of these sets. So it's going to be 3 of a pinch with a thumb roll. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I didn't count right. It's hard to think and play banjo at the same time. So we're going to have forward, backward. And now your pinch with your thumb roll. 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to play 2 open. 2 pinches, slide, open, C with the note and 2 forwards, C sharp, same pattern, D chord up here, and we're going to play note, and we're going to play 4 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4 with a hitch, note, pick up, and now you're back to pinch rolls. Okay, now let me see if I can do this start to finish. I threw slides in there in the end, just because it's a habit. But you can feel comfortable playing open if you like, okay? So let me do it a couple times just to get in the rhythm. little bit faster. We're going to worry about speed when we get up to Earl, okay? Little ending right there. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. All right, I'm going to show level 2 later, and then we'll get up to what Earl actually had in the Bible. All right, so hopefully that helps you. Make sure you practice.